Let me tell you something, ladies. When a man hugs you, it's not just about his arms wrapping around you. It's about what his heart is saying without words. Because see, men don't always talk like women do. We're not built to express every emotion we feel. But when we hug you, that's when the truth slips out. When a man hugs you, pay attention. How tight does he hold you? How long does he stay there? A man's hug is a language of its own. Sometimes it says, I'm here. You're safe. Sometimes it says, I missed you more than I could admit. And sometimes it says, I can't let you go. But understand this, not every hug means love. Some hugs come from guilt. Some come from habit. Some from the fear of losing something he doesn't even value right. That's why, ladies, don't just feel his arms. Feel his intention. A real man's hug will calm your spirit. It'll make you exhale. Because when a man truly cares for you, his energy shows before his words ever do. Let me tell you something. Ladies, when a man hugs you, it's not just about two bodies touching. It's deeper than that. It's about what his soul is saying in silence. See, men are not always good with words. We don't sit down and talk about our feelings like y'all do. We show it through actions, through presence, through little moments that most people overlook. And one of those moments is a hug. When a man hugs you, it's his way of speaking from his heart without having to open his mouth. When a man truly loves you, his hug carries a message that no words can replace. It's saying, you're mine, you're safe, I'm here. That kind of hug doesn't just touch your body, it touches your spirit. It calms you down even when you didn't know you were tense. It feels like time stops for a moment, and in that pause, your heart knows you're exactly where you belong. You see, that's the difference between a man who holds you and a man who loves you. A man who loves you doesn't hug you to impress you. He hugs you to protect your peace. But not every hug means love, baby. Some hugs are just polite. Some are habits. Some are born from guilt. That's why you can't read every embrace as affection. You have to feel the intention behind it, because when a man hugs you with real care, you'll feel it. His energy speaks louder than his words. He'll hold you a little longer, breathe a little deeper, and you'll sense that he doesn't want to let go. When he hugs you like that, he's telling you, I'm tired of the world, but I find rest right here. Now, let's talk about what's really happening in that moment. Men walk around carrying a lot: pressure, expectations, pride, and pain. Society teaches us not to show weakness. We're told to be strong, to handle it all, to never break down. But when a man hugs the woman he truly loves, he drops all that armor. For that brief moment, he's not the provider, the problem solver, or the protector. He's just a man finding peace in the arms of the woman he trusts. And if he pulls you close and stays there, it's because he's finally allowing himself to feel safe. Sometimes that hug is his way of saying what he can't say out loud. Maybe he's scared. Maybe he's sorry. Maybe he's grateful. But whatever it is, his body says it clearer than his mouth ever could. You'll know it when you feel it. That deep stillness, that quiet comfort, that soft exhale that says, I needed this. That's not just affection. That's connection. That's soul level truth. And then there's the other side. Some men hug because they know it keeps you close, even when their heart isn't in it. You can always tell. The hug feels cold, rushed, distant. He might tap your back, look around, or pull away too soon. That's not love. Baby, that's routine. That's the kind of hug that says, I'm here, but not really. And when you feel that, don't ignore it. Because a woman's intuition knows the truth long before her mind accepts it. When a man hugs you like he never wants to let go, it's because you've become his peace in a world full of chaos. You've become that place where he can stop pretending to be strong. And when a man finds that in you, he'll never forget it. He may not say, I love you every day, but his arms will tell you every time he holds you. Because for men, love isn't always about words. It's about presence. So when he hugs you, pay attention. How he holds you tells you everything. Is he protecting you, or is he performing for you? Is he hugging you to connect, or just to comfort his own guilt? The truth is always in the way he breathes, the way he lingers, the way his hands rest on you. A man's hug can tell you his whole story if you know how to listen with your heart. And when you feel that genuine warmth, that steady strength, that unspoken promise, that's when you know, without a single word, that he truly cares. When a man hugs you, it's not just a moment of physical touch. It's an entire conversation without words. That embrace holds meaning, emotion, and truth that often never make it to the surface. See, men don't always say what they feel. Most of us were never taught how. We express love through actions, not long speeches. So when he reaches for you, when he pulls you close, when he lets that silence fill the space between you, that's when he's saying the things his mouth never could. That hug is where his real feelings lie. When a man truly cares for you, his hug feels different. It's not about lust. It's not about habit. It's about connection. When he holds you tight, it's like he's trying to memorize your presence. That kind of hug says, I need you to know I'm here. Even if he doesn't have the courage to say the words out loud, his arms become a promise and his silence becomes security. A real man doesn't just hug you. He lets you feel his heartbeat and hopes you can hear what it's trying to say. Now, you can always tell the difference between a man who hugs you out of love and one who hugs you out of convenience. The difference is in how long he stays. A man who's there for you emotionally doesn't rush the moment. He lets it linger because it feels right. He doesn't pat your back like it's a handshake. He holds you with care. His body language will always expose his truth. When a man's heart is in it, his energy will surround you like a warm blanket. You'll feel it in your bones. You see, men carry weight on their shoulders every single day. Pressure, pride, responsibility. The world tells us to stay tough, to never cry, to never show pain. But when we hug the woman we love, that armor falls off piece by piece. That's the one place we can breathe without pretending. For a lot of men, that hug is therapy. It's safety. It's peace. Because in that woman's arms, the world gets quiet. There's no judgment, no battle, no need to prove anything. It's just peace, the kind of peace we spend our whole lives looking for. But here's the truth most people don't talk about. Not every man hugs with love in his heart. Some hug out of guilt. Some hug because they don't want to lose their comfort. Some hug because they know it keeps you from asking questions. But deep down, you know the difference. You can feel when his energy is empty. You can sense when his body is close, but his heart is distant. You can't fake a real connection. Your soul can always tell when something is missing. The power of a man's hug lies in the silence. It's in the pause before he lets go. It's in how his breathing slows down when he's close to you. That's how you know if it's real. If a man pulls you in tight, rests his head near yours, and takes a deep breath like he's trying to remember the moment, that's love. That's vulnerability. That's his heart saying, I'm safe here. But if he hugs you half-heartedly, if he's distracted, or if he pulls away quickly, that's not love. That's a performance. A real man's hug tells you everything his words never will. It says, I'm not perfect, but I'm present. It says, I may not always talk right, but I'm trying. It says, I found peace, and it's you. That kind of hug isn't something you get every day. It's sacred. Because for a man to be that open, that soft, that honest, it means he trusts you completely. So when he hugs you next time, don't just focus on the touch, feel the intention. Feel whether he's holding you because he wants to protect you or because he's afraid of losing his control over you. Feel whether it's real warmth or practiced affection. A man's hug will never lie. The truth is right there in the way he holds you. Firm, gentle, protective, present. And when it's real, you'll know because your heart will finally stop searching for proof. When a man hugs you, he's saying something that words can never quite capture. It's a language all its own, quiet, steady, honest. You can tell a lot about what's in his heart by how he holds you. Men aren't always built to speak about emotions easily. We were raised to be strong, to keep things inside, to solve problems instead of sharing them. But when a man wraps his arms around you, that's the one time he lets his walls come down. That's the moment he lets you in, even if he doesn't realize it himself. There's a difference between a hug that's routine and one that's real. The real one stays longer than it needs to. It's not about habit or politeness. It's about connection. You'll feel it in the way he breathes, the way his arms tighten for just a second before he lets go. That's the kind of hug that says, I missed you, or I'm here, or sometimes, I can't imagine life without you. Those are the hugs that leave something lingering behind, something you feel even after he walks away. When a man hugs you like that, he's not just touching your body, he's holding your heart. That's his way of showing you that you're not just another person in his life. You're his peace, his calm after the storm. Men may not always know how to express affection, but their touch tells the truth. A real hug from a man who cares will always make you feel safe, steady, grounded. It's not about passion in that moment. It's about peace. It's his way of saying, you're the one place I can finally breathe. And now, sometimes a man hugs you to say things he can't admit. That hug can be full of apology, full of gratitude, or full of fear. Maybe he's afraid of losing you. Maybe he's sorry for something he can't find the words to say. Or maybe he just wants to remind you that no matter what's going on, he still chooses you. That's the thing about men. We may not be vocal, but when we hold you, we're speaking in silence. Our arms do the talking. Our heartbeat says what we're too proud or too scared to confess. But you can always tell the difference between a man who hugs with his heart and one who hugs with his hands. The one who hugs with his hands does it to fill space. It's surface level, casual, emotionless. You'll feel that lack of depth immediately. Like something's missing, like he's present but not really there. But the man who hugs with his heart, that's different. That hug carries warmth, protection, emotion. It feels like home, and once you've felt that, you'll know the difference forever. See, a real man's hug doesn't just touch your skin, it reaches your soul. It's not rushed or careless. It's patient. It's gentle. He holds you like he knows your worth, like he understands that you're something fragile yet powerful at the same time. And for those few seconds, the world outside disappears. There's no noise, no stress, no pretending. Just truth, quiet, simple truth. Sometimes when a man hugs you, it's because he needs comfort more than he can say. Men carry a lot they don't talk about: fear, insecurity, exhaustion. And when life feels heavy, a hug from the right woman can make all that weight easier to bear. That's why he might hold you tighter than usual some days, because you don't even realize how much healing your presence brings him. So the next time he pulls you in, pay attention. Don't overthink the words. Listen to his silence. Notice how he breathes when you're in his arms, how his shoulders relax, how his hands rest on your back like he's anchoring himself. That's not just affection. That's trust. That's his way of saying, you're my peace. And that kind of connection, that kind of truth can't be fake. When a man hugs you like that, it means he's found something rare, something real, and he doesn't want to let it go. When a man hugs you, it's one of the few moments when you get to see what's really inside his heart. Men can act tough, speak strong, and keep a straight face no matter what's happening around them. But when that hug happens, all of that melts away. That's when you see the truth. It's in his arms, in the way he holds you, in how long he stays there. When a man truly cares about you, he doesn't just hug you. He clings to you like he's grounding himself in something real. Because to a man who loves deeply, that hug is not just affection. It's safety, it's peace, it's home. A hug like that is quiet but powerful. You can feel it in your chest, in the stillness that comes over both of you. It's like everything stops for a second. The noise, the thoughts, the world, and there's only that moment. That's when a man says everything he's been keeping inside. You can feel his honesty without him saying a word. That kind of connection doesn't come from words. It comes from energy. And when that energy is real, you'll feel it. A kind of warmth that goes straight to your soul. When a man hugs you like he means it, it's not just a show of affection. It's a confession. It's his way of saying, "You matter to me," without stumbling over words. It's his heart's way of saying, "This is where I want to be." Some hugs say, "I missed you." Some say, "Don't leave." And some are quiet prayers that say, "Thank God you're still here." A real man's hug will never feel empty. It's full of emotion, even when he doesn't realize it himself. But let's be real, not every man hugs with love. Some men hug to comfort their guilt, to keep control, or to avoid questions. You'll know it when it happens. You'll feel a difference. His arms might be around you, but his mind will be somewhere else. He'll pull away too soon, or he'll pat your back like he's ending a meeting instead of sharing a moment. That's not affection, that's performance. When a man truly cares, you'll never have to guess. His hug will feel like honesty. The one that's fake will always feel hollow. Men are taught from an early age not to show weakness, not to let emotion take over. But when a man loves a woman and he hugs her, that's the one time he lets himself be soft. It's the one moment he allows his guard to drop. In that embrace, he doesn't have to be the strong one, the provider, the problem solver. He can just be human. He can just be a man who feels safe, held, understood. That's why a real hug means so much to him. It's not just about closeness, it's about release. You can tell everything you need to know about a man by how he holds you. If he's pulling you close and taking a deep breath, that's a man who's found comfort in you. If he's still calm and fully present, that's a man who's connected. But if he's distant, distracted, or quick to let go, that's a man whose heart isn't in it. Energy doesn't lie. His words might, his actions might, but his hug will always tell the truth. For men, that physical touch is sacred. It's not something they give to just anyone with meaning. So when he hugs you and stays there for a moment, when his hands rest gently on your back, when his breath slows like he finally feels peace, that's love showing itself without words. It's quiet, but it's real. And sometimes that's all you need to know. Because when a man hugs you and it feels like home, it means you've touched something deeper in him than he can ever explain. When a man hugs you, it's not always about romance or attraction. Sometimes it's about finding peace in a world that never lets him rest. Men walk through life wearing invisible armor. They fight battles no one sees, carry pressures they don't talk about, and hide emotions they don't know how to name. But when a man truly loves and trusts a woman, her arms become the one place he can lay all that down. That hug becomes his pause from the chaos, his reminder that he's not alone. It's not just about affection. It's about release. For that brief moment, he gets to stop pretending to be strong and just be. When a man hugs you like that, there's a shift in the air. He doesn't rush it. He doesn't do it out of habit. He lingers because it feels right, because something in that embrace gives him peace he can't find anywhere else. His heart slows down. His breathing changes. He's not thinking about the world outside, not worrying about tomorrow. He's just there with you in that small, quiet moment that feels like eternity. That's what real love looks like in silence. You feel it before you even think it. There's honesty in that kind of touch. You see, men don't always say, "I love you," or "I need you." Sometimes they just hold you tighter. That hug is his confession, his way of saying, "I'm safe with you." It's not loud, not dramatic, not full of words, but it's real. You can't fake that kind of energy. When a man hugs you with truth in his heart, you'll feel it deep inside you. Your soul will recognize it. That's how powerful a real connection is. It speaks without sound. But not every hug means love. Some hugs are empty, shallow, born out of guilt or routine. You can feel when a man's body is close, but his heart is far away. Maybe he's hugging you because he doesn't want to face a conversation. Maybe he's doing it because it's expected. You can sense when he's just going through the motions. His arms are around you, but his presence isn't. And that's when you have to remind yourself that love is not proven by touch. It's proven by intention. A hug without sincerity is just a gesture. A hug with love becomes a message straight from the heart. The man who truly cares will hold you differently. His hug will have purpose. It'll say, I see you, even if he never says it out loud. It's not about how tight he holds you. It's about how present he is while he does it. When a man is emotionally connected, his touch is patient. He doesn't need to rush away. He lets the silence speak. That's how you know he's not hugging you out of habit, but out of love. And here's something most people miss. When a man hugs you and takes that deep breath, it's because he's recharging. He's drawing calmness from you. Maybe his day was heavy. Maybe his mind is tired, but your presence resets him. That hug becomes his safe space, the one moment where he doesn't have to lead, fix, or prove anything. He can just exist and know he's accepted as he is. That's rare for men, and that's why it matters so much when they find it. So when he hugs you, don't just think about how long it lasts or how tight it feels. Feel his energy. Feel the intention behind it. Some hugs say goodbye, some say I'm sorry. But the one that says, you're my peace, that's the one that's real. That's the one that means something lasting. Because in a man's world full of noise and chaos, the woman he hugs with all his heart isn't just someone he loves. She's the only place he feels at home. When a man hugs you, there's more going on than most people realize. It's not just a simple gesture. It's an emotional language, one that reveals his truth even when his mouth stays silent. See, men are taught from the beginning to hide emotion, to stay composed, to act strong. But a hug, that's when those walls start to fall. That's the moment when he stops being the version of himself that the world demands and becomes the man he really is. In that embrace, you can see who he is beneath the surface. Vulnerable, real, and honest in a way words could never express. When a man truly cares for you, his hug feels different. It's not stiff or distracted. It's steady and intentional. He holds you like he wants time to stop, like he's reminding himself that he's exactly where he's supposed to be. That's the kind of hug that says, I don't want to lose this. He might not say it out loud, but his body does. His arms tighten slightly before letting go. His breath slows, and for a moment, he lets himself feel completely connected. That's when you know it's real. When the world gets quiet and the only thing that exists is that heartbeat pressed against yours. A man's hug can tell you everything he's been holding in. It can speak of love, fear, regret, or longing. Maybe he's been distant, but when he hugs you deeply, it's his way of saying, I'm still here. Maybe he's been stressed or uncertain, and that hug becomes his way of grounding himself again. You can tell by how he holds you if he's seeking peace, if he's giving reassurance, or if he's just trying to feel close again. A hug like that carries weight. It's not a formality, it's a feeling that says, you matter to me more than I can explain. But the truth is, not every hug means the same thing. Some are polite. Some are convenient. Some are meant to fill silence, not hearts. And you can always tell when that's the case. When he hugs you without emotion, it feels hollow, quick, distant, like he's already halfway gone. His arms may be around you, but his energy isn't. There's no warmth, no connection, no soul in it. That's not love. That's a habit. You can't confuse physical closeness with emotional closeness. The body might be near, but if the heart isn't, it's just an empty act. When a man hugs you, and it's real though, something changes inside both of you. You feel seen. You feel safe. You feel that quiet sense of belonging that words can't create. For him, it's a release. It's the one time he can let go of being in control. He doesn't have to lead, protect, or perform. He just has to hold and be held. That's why real hugs are so rare. They come from trust. For a man to truly open up like that, he has to feel safe too. When he finds that safety in you, his hug becomes his language of love. You'll know when it's that kind of hug. It's the one that makes you close your eyes without thinking. It's the one that makes you feel calm instead of uncertain. It's the one where you can sense that both of you are saying something your mouths never could. A real man's hug has power, the kind that lingers long after it's over. It's the kind that leaves an imprint on your heart, a memory that feels like warmth even hours later. So when a man hugs you, don't just notice the motion. Notice the meaning. Feel the depth behind it. Is he holding you because he wants you near or because he doesn't want to feel alone? Is he hugging you with peace in his heart or guilt in his mind? The truth always reveals itself in silence. A man's hug is never just a hug. When it's real, it's his way of saying, "You're my peace, my softness, my calm in a loud world." And when you've been hugged like that, you'll know it, because your soul will recognize it before your mind ever does.